when Bach made that, he was like, "Oh, this is gonna be such a good vampire theme song."
Well, he wrote it when he was in a council of vampires.
Yeah. They're like, well, we're going to suck your blood. Wait, hang on. Listen to this.
Hey, Dracula! Hey, Dracula! This is your brother Marvin Dracula!
Marvin Dracula? You know that new sound you're looking for? Well, listen to this.
Oh, that's great.
This is your cousin, Cajun Dracula. I guarantee this new sound you're looking for.
Yeah. Okay, you're listening to Being Mr. Boop, the only podcast You're listening to Being Mr. Book.
All right.
The only podcast.
Yeah, let's go with that. Being Mr. Book. That'll be we'll go with that.
The only
that.
podcast recorded in
we don't
basement.
need to have a tagline. I like Being Mr. Book though. That's good. All right, start over. No, just kidding.
What?
No, not really. So we're going over Mr. Boop Volume 1. My wife is Betty Boop, which I thought maybe we might have called it that, but that'd be a bad title. Being Mr. Boop Volume 1. My wife is Betty Boop. Nah, let's go with Being Mr. Book, and then for the next one we can do Being Mr. Book Part 2 or whatever.
Okay.
Anyway. We got the cover here. We're gonna go from cover to cover, all 82 pages.
It's like a what's it called?
Go through each
pulp
strip
novel.
Again. Yeah, so the cover's like
from
a pulp,
the 1960s, I
pulp
think.
novel cover.
Art Deco influence.
Let me look up
a little,
because this is like a parody of like a specific comic cover. I'm pretty sure. Maybe it's on the Patreon. Let me check his Patreon, and unfortunately, because I'm gonna have to see a bunch of his.
You always find excuses to look back at it.
What do you mean?
You always find excuses to look at Mr. Boot's Patreon.
No, I hate looking at his Patreon. It's all porn. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to say like I'm whatever. I don't want to take a position. I just don't like to see it. I don't want to see it. So this is what the Patreon post says. The first Mr. Boop zine is officially up for pre-order. I will be so there's 3 electro points after that. I will be hand printing and assembling these by myself in my home via my risograph printer. Risograph? Hang on, I gotta look at the slang guide. Is it .net or what are beingmrboop.net? What is our website?
Yeah, I think it's .com. I don't think it's .net.
But I tried
LisaDupe.com
and it didn't.
LisaDupe.org is mine.
Oh my god, it's been so long since I've heard of .org.
Go to LisaDupe.org.
Fine, I'll get sidetracked. Go to LisaDupe.org. Let's see. Oh, is this just your Tumblr? What is this?
Look at the little header image. It's great.
What is this?
It's a website.
But what is it on? Oh, Google Sites?
Yeah, Google Sites.
How flexible is that?
I made this.
Do you think can you like code stuff into it, or is it really like?
I can't remember.
Not very
I made this a while ago. I think it's pretty customizable. Most customizable of all of them, I think.
I kind of want a website.
Go! You know.
This is
do it.
This is am I screen sharing? Can you see this?
Yeah.
Yeah. This is my buddy Tad's website. Tad has a really great website. I don't know what does he use? Wix or something? I don't know.
Classic Wix.
Something like that. He should do a Wix.com ad.
Google Sites. I'll advertise that.
Shout out to Ted, I guess.
Shout out to Google.
Go play Bug Dive Deluxe demo. Anyway, I'm literally just trying to look at the slang guide. All right, beingmrboop.com. Where is the slang guide? Info? About. We don't have a code for this. Never mind. It's just asterisks. The hand printing and assembling these by myself is in asterisks. As such, I'm doing pre-orders so I can get a better sense of how many to make before I start actually making them. 2 Electro points. Pre-order here now at my Gumroad store. In all caps. Link to the Gumroad.
I don't think you're screen sharing that tab.
I'm not. It's in my.
Okay.
Because I'm not logged into that Patreon in that browser.
Okay.
I have to have 2 different, so I can log into my own Patreon and the Pitch Shop Patreon. By the way, go my new Patreon. What is it called? Just look up Ryan Pfeiffer on Patreon. I don't know. I haven't set it up yet. It is set up, but I
was
haven't done anything.
thinking about signing up Patreon purely for pornography.
What? What did you say?
I said I was going to start a Patreon for pornography.
Oh, okay. I thought you said I was. I was like, no, I am not.
Maybe you will. I don't know.
No, I'm not. The books will cost $16 before shipping. Damn it, let me look at the slang guide again. Nope, that's not it. Okay, it's just a... what is it called? Dash? What's a dash? Is that just a line? Dash?
A dash?
Yeah.
/
No, dash. Like a little line. Like...
I guess
hyphen.
dash,
Hyphen. So after shipping, hyphen. I had a hard time deciding on the price, but I hope, comma, but I forget. Do we have a slang for comma? We don't. Okay. God. God. Jesus Christ. But I hope you think this is fair. Electro Point. For an extra $5, I'll sign your book and draw a sketch in it. The zines will be around 70 pages long, square-shaped. They will include the first 52 Mr. Boop strips and some exclusive book-only content, as well as guest strips from some of my favorite artists, favorite in asterisks. I'm so excited about everyone who agreed to contribute. 4 Electro Points. It's a real powerful lineup, Electries. I'll be revealing them soon. 3 Electro Points. I feel confident I can get the books made and shipped out within a month. God damn, I can't remember words. What is the C bracket called?
C bracket? I don't know.
You know, the curvy bracket.
Oh, bracket.
No, it's not a bracket. It's No, what?
I got no idea what you're talking about.
No, you.
You're talking nonsense at me now.
Is it called a parentheses? In parentheses.
Oh.
In parentheses by May 8th. But you never know with the way things are under COVID-19, Electries. To be honest, I think I can get them out even quicker than that, but I want to play it safe. Electro Point. Thank you for being a patron and supporting me. 2 Electro Points. Less than 3, Alec. P.S. Oh, and if that's not all, I built a little webpage for all the Mr. Boop comics so far, so you can read them in one nice collected place that's not a Twitter thread.
See, now we're getting ahead of ourselves.
Are we? We already covered that last time.
Yeah,
being MrBoop.net.
But before it was announced.
I think it was like simultaneous.
Yeah. Should have done it after it was announced. But... And
it says head on over to the brand new MrBoop.net. 3 Electro Points, and it's a link to MrBoop.net, which we already covered. Anyway, what it doesn't say what the cover is based on. Damn it. Let me read the description on Gumroad as well. Mr. Boop Volume 1 by Alec Robbins. Mr. Boop is a daily comic strip about how I'm married to my very real and famous wife, Betty Boop. This perfect bound book collects the first 52 strips along with spicy guest comics and exclusive bonus material. In parentheses, this reprint is not the same as the handmade risographed printed limited edition. Oh, I see. That's what's for sale in Gumroad. 18 plus only, contains graphic imagery. What's the graphic imagery in the first volume? Because there's the Patreon exclusive strip.
Gets a little spicy, doesn't it? Gets a little spicy.
There's no nudity. Unless maybe it's the guest strips.
Yeah.
I
think that the Patreon one will be uncensored.
Yeah, maybe. I hope he wouldn't include that one because I feel like he didn't just not make that one because there were strips in later volumes with nudity. I feel like the reason he chose not to use the nudity in that strip was because was a creative decision, not to make it go. You can go to the Patreon to see the full thing.
Sure.
In parentheses, $16, 82 pages, and then hyphen. Bold italic text includes free digital PDF copy for immediate download. Wait, is this this is a digital? No, it is a printed book. Hyphen, volume 2 available here. Bold text. Okay. And then in volume 3 available here. Links to both of those. The volume 2 link is smaller. Note, you can purchase these books together by adding them to your cart from my storefront. It doesn't say volume 4. And then a link to Gumroad. Hyphen includes guest comics by Joni Phillips, Carta Monier, Pete Toms, Ivy Adams, Remy Boydell, Casey Nowak, Alex Senwald, Mia Schwartz, and Sean McAmber. I recognize one of those names.
Joni Phillips, my man.
Yeah, that one. Hyphen U.S. and Canadian shipping only during pandemic. My apologies. 2 electro points. Hopefully I can open this up to international orders soon. Delivery times may be lengthened due to pandemic. Then in parentheses, read Mr. Boop for free at mrboop.net. And then in another set of parentheses, find more of my stuff on Twitter at Alec Robbins or at alec.land. Link. Should I edit all that out? Did I need to read all that?
No, everything's needed, man.
Okay.
You need it all.
What is the cover
These episodes aren't showing enough.
based on? Ham commented on the Patreon post about the zine. This GeoCities flashback makes me so damn happy for some reason. It doesn't make sense because I sure don't miss GeoCities. Those comments from 2 years ago. How? What? How is it from 2 years ago? It's not 2 years old.
Isn't it?
It's not. It's from April 2020. Right now it's December 2021. I mean, what? It's April 2020.
Maybe it's nearly 2 years old. Maybe they're rounding up.
It's closer to a year and a half old.
Yeah, maybe they're rounding up because of that.
Weird.
I don't know why mad Patreon developers do what they do.
Okay, I found the tweet. So it says, I'll just read all the tweets that it says here. It is on April 9, 2020. The Mr. Boop Zine Volume 1 is up for pre-order now. Here, you read these. You can see this.
Barely.
What do you mean barely?
It's a little small. I need this. Full screen this. The Mr. Boop Zine Volume 1 is up for pre-order now. Pre-order gum.co/.
3 electro points after now.
$16. 70 pages.
What is that? The little squiggly before 70?
I don't remember.
And what is it? Does that mean 70 plus?
No.
What is it called? Like a little,
the
little squiggly. accent
dramatic.
mark thingy. Is it an accent mark?
It's not an accent mark.
What is it? I think it's a type of accent mark, isn't it? No?
No, they just said to add a little something to your text.
I don't think so. I think they have a functional purpose.
No, the functional purpose. It's called a tilde.
Oh, a tilde?
Yeah.
Today I learned they're called a tilde. Okay, go on.
Yeah.
Oh, go on.
I don't know what it's actually used for. Let me try and figure
I think
it
it has a functional purpose.
Mark means mark of suspension or mark of contraction. I don't know what that means.
Like math? Go on.
Oh, I think it means where you're meant to elongate something.
Okay, go on.
Okay. Who's the first 52 Mr. Boop strips? Exclusive book-only material and lots of guest strips from some of my favorite artists. To be announced.
Lots. With also Electropoint after TBA. It says TBA. It's shortened like that. Lots and favorite are both surrounded on both sides by one tilde each.
Mm-hmm.
What should we call tilde? No, let's not.
Let's just call them the funny little ones.
The funny little ones.
Yeah.
I actually like. I'm gonna add that to the slang. I like that. All right, continue reading.
Hand printed via Riso by me. And there's two.
Is it Riso or Riso? Miso. Okay, and then there's a picture of the cover, and then another tweet.
I'm doing pre-orders so I can find out how many I need to make. I'll be printing and assembling them myself on the Riso printer I have in my living room. Accounting for COVID, I'm estimating 1 month till I can ship. This will be a big job for me, but I've got time. And it says lol between that.
Yeah, you forgot the lol.
The
LOL. And there's 3 electro points also.
Yeah.
This
will...
okay, next tweet.
This will be a limited run, but because I'm doing pre-orders, you shouldn't have to worry about getting a copy.
Electro point.
Also, keep in mind that Riso printing is imperfect. Each copy will be a little unique.
Tilde.
Oh, and for $5 extra, I will sign your book and draw a sketch in it.
3 electro points.
Have you pre-ordered yet?
Less than 3.
Have you pre-ordered yet?
2 electro marks.
I based the Zion's cover of this old Raymond Chandler paperback I picked up a while
Paperback.
ago, and I'm very happy with it. Paperback. But I had to
Like Electries.
it to square proportions to better fit in with the script. Here's an original quick sketch I did along the dice. Trouble is My Business by Raymond Chandler.
What?
What it's based on.
Alongside the book. Yes. Yeah. Raymond Chandler, Trouble is My Business. So it's a parody of... it's a parody, right?
Early 1960s.
We would call it a parody, yeah? Homage. Sure.
But I mean, a parody,
I think
a parody needs to be making fun of it under the rules of law. It's kind of a homage. Under the legal description, it needs to be making fun of. This is kind of just like.
Well, what about Weird Al? Not all his parody songs are making fun of the original.
They're homages.
But he's a parody musician.
Yeah.
That's what he is.
It's tragic.
He's a tragedy musician.
They abuse the word that much. No, I don't know. I've heard him. I'm pretty sure he refers to his stuff as homage. I think that that you only call those stuff parody because you're trying to get past the law. I think that they're really homages.
Well, but from the Weird Al definition,
yeah.
I mean, this would also need to be considered parody to work, right?
Yeah, because it's Betty Boop, yeah.
Well, I meant for the Raymond Chandler part specifically.
Oh,
obviously, the Betty Boop thing is a parody.
Yeah, I suppose so. Yeah.
Yeah. I would say it's parody, maybe not in the literal sense, but just in the sense that it's like, it's making fun of it as much as Weird Al's songs are, just in the fact that it's drawing homage to it while making a silly thing. So it's like it's a silly homage. So in that way, it's a parody. So at the top, okay, so it's like a light yellow cover, and there's like a piss yellow part on the side, or
strip.
lemon.
An Obi strip, if you will.
Lemon, huh?
Obi strip, if you will.
Obi strip?
Yeah, those are like little strips they put on albums in Japan.
It's kind of like the spine of the book.
Yeah, sort of.
But I don't know how thick, because we don't have the physical copy here, unfortunately.
Pirate in.
Yeah, well, I don't remember. I feel like I tried to buy this and it was just like, oh, it's digital. Okay, here you go for free.
They didn't ship to Europe.
I don't know how I got this for free, but I did. I'm sorry, Mr. Boop, that I didn't pay for this. But to be fair, I think I've in the amount of time that I've been supporting the Patreon to get the Patreon to get the descriptions for the comics on there, I've probably paid how much these cost, right?
$16.
8 months? No, it hasn't been 8 months, so I haven't yet. All right.
I have to pay off the months of content.
And on the side, on the spine thing, it says $16 TTC. You don't know what that means. There's like a little logo, black.
Probably
box.
the thing that printed it, right?
Didn't he printed it?
Yeah, but he obviously went through something to do that with.
Well, he used Gumroad. He printed them himself, and then he used Gumroad to ship them.
Well, yeah, but he probably went to
Which I thought was a joke when he said he printed them himself on his readograph. I thought that was a joke, but I don't think it is.
I think that TTC is probably the printing press he went to or something like that. I don't know.
But he printed them himself.
Yeah, but what, he's got a printing machine in his house?
Yes, that's what he said in his living room.
I don't believe
All right, let me Google what a risograph printer is. Maybe he could only do the pages and not the spines.
Probably the label that it was released through, but I don't know.
No, because Gumroad is what it was released through. No, a risograph. So it's a zine, so he can do that at home with a risograph printer. So yeah, I think that's what he printed that himself, and then let me TTC label. Maybe it's Gumroad. And is it? What does that mean? TTC. I don't know. It doesn't say. But it has a label there that says TTC.
And they're all labeled. So.
Huh?
Maybe they might be the distributors.
There is no distributor. Unless it's for the new ones, but why would that be on the digital? Or why would that be on the original? Because, wait, I believe it's on the original cover. It is. It's on the original cover when that was when he was printing them himself. I don't know.
Maybe it's his printing company that he's trying to set up. Who knows?
Maybe that's makes more sense than a distributor, because there doesn't seem to be any distributor. If there was a distributor other than Gumroad, I think it would say in the description, in the credits. And then on the bottom of the spine, it says 18 plus only.
Maybe it'll be on the back of the book.
So if you're not 18, don't be listening anymore. You should stop already. Don't listen to this. And no one else should listen to it either. Yeah.
If you're here,
if you're not Alec Robbins, you're not allowed to listen to this because it's about his wife. I think that's how it works, right?
Okay. Front cover. We got a bunch of shapes here. First shape, we see a little bit of a triangle with the therapist.
A little bit
of a triangle.
It's a yellow triangle. There's 1, 2, 3. There's 5 shapes. I don't know how to count it. Mm-hmm. 3 squares, and then the first
makes that a little 4.
They're like 3 rectangular / square shapes, and the first one, and then another thing that's like divided into 2 triangles where there would be a square, and then the first triangle is a yellow triangle with the therapist
I think it's meant to
Philly
look like a
D.
4 in the original in the original thing that he's homaging. I think it's a
Hmm?
4. I think that the original thing he's homaging, like making, he's
Oh, you
copying
think?
it to be a 4.
Okay, because yeah, the way they're
So,
arranged, it does kind of look like if you look at the lines between the shapes, it does arrange into like tracing out the number 4.
if that, I imagine if you read that book and it was relevant to that book, you'd be like, oh, it's a 4. But I don't know. Who knows?
Perhaps. Maybe it's the 4th book in a series.
Hmm.
Wow, this is talk about inflation. The original book by Raymond Chandler, 50 cents. This one's
Classic.
$16.
This is worth more.
Should we compare here? So where the TTC logo is, they're on the Raymond Chandler book. There's a little kangaroo logo,
Nice.
and I don't know what it says on the bottom where it would say 18 plus only. Some kind of maybe distributor or whatever. There's also a serial number under the kangaroo. Where it says at the top on the Mr. Boop one, it says Mr. Boop in like this stylized text. The titillating, fully legal comic strip sensation by Alec Robbins. Is it legal?
It falls under parody. Yeah, I think. I believe so.
Even if you're using the characters?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Well, how come they don't
But
do
I
that
mean,
with like TV shows and stuff?
I don't know. It's because if you're doing it in a way that's noticeable, they'll come after you and they'll prove that it's not parody.
This
But I
isn't
think that-
noticeable?
I mean, I don't know. I think that if it's underground enough to not count.
That's not how it works.
I mean, like,
It's not about notoriety.
I mean, if you, in a way, like if they haven't noticed you're breaking copyright law, then you can get away.
Then that's how it's legal. Anything is legal if you get away with it.
I mean, exactly. But I don't know. I think that I don't know.
I mean, I killed someone, but it's fine. It's legal
They
because
haven't found me.
no one knows. No one found the body, so it's legal.
Exactly. Parody
Well-
law is complex, man. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, it really it's complex in just the way that it comes down to
Is this
it just goes down to opinion, really. It's a law that comes down to opinion, right?
Well, that's why we have judges.
Right.
They have the opinions. No, yeah, it's like,
I mean, how many laws come down to opinions other than stuff like that?
Intellectual property, other intellectual property stuff, like,
That's for like related.
yeah. I mean, if you're getting unrelated, then no.
I mean, what I'm saying, like, it does, like when it comes down to like theft or murder or something, it's usually just like it's a matter of fact. It's not a matter of opinion.
No, because then you still got jurors and stuff, and it's their job to just because it's their opinion.
But that's
whether or not they think
it's their opinion on whether they think they did it, but the matter of whether they did it or not is a matter of fact.
Well, yeah, it is a matter of fact, but like,
But but when it comes to stuff like parody, it's not a matter of fact whether they did it or not, because it's that itself is an opinion.
no, I think that it pretty much, so long as you change it a little bit, or
But it's like it's loose, like it's like
I think it's not that loose. I don't know. I think it's pretty. Yeah. It's pretty much just like, are you making fun? Or,
yeah, but like who's to say what's making fun and what's not? That's how it's opinion. I don't know. And then
lots of stuff where it's like well, I mean, it's the only stuff that's opinion is intellectual property law, but like, outside of that, not really. Like, I mean, there's stuff where it's like there's lots of cases of like people saying, oh, this song infringes on my intellectual property, when it's like there's nothing the same except the vibe is similar.
Exactly. That's how it's. Then that's a matter of opinion because it's just
like
just the vibe. I think the song "Preach" by Saint Motel sounds like KK Disco from Animal Crossing, but I'm not. Maybe that's just me. Maybe it's just because I like KK Disco. But it woke me up. It woke me up the other day, and I was like, "Ooh, KK Disco."
Anyway, I think that the subtitle is a reference to the fact that it's perhaps not fully legal.
Yeah, that's another possibility. And then under that it says Volume 1, and then in quotations, "My wife is Betty Boop."
Get straight to the point.
Because it's the title, not because it's sarcastic.
Imagine.
In the original sketch for this cover, it just says the titillating comic strip by Alec Robbins. It doesn't say Fully Legal comic strip sensation. And it doesn't say Volume 1, it says the first 50 strips.
Is that a what does it say on the original thing that's based on?
Oh yeah, and on the original it says Raymond Chandler, which is, that's interesting. Wait, oh, is Raymond Chandler the character? Oh, I guess Raymond Chandler is the character. I thought it was the author. Okay, it says Raymond Chandler, and then under that it says Philip Marlowe proves once more that trouble is my business. So those are the three lines. Raymond Chandler, and then Philip Marlowe proves once more that, and then trouble is my business. I think trouble is my business is the title. Philip Marlowe is the author, and Raymond Chandler is the character. Although it could be here, you look it up. It could be that
Philip Marlowe is the character.
Okay, Philip Marlowe is the character. So it's kind of it's reversed as how it is on the Mr. Boop cover, where Mr. Boop is the character, Alec Robbins is the author.
Yeah.
Although technically they're the same, but whatever. Maybe Philip Marlowe is also a self-insert.
Raymond. I mean, they all are, aren't they? That time. Man, he died in 1959. Fun fact. Raymond Chandler.
I mean, it's an old book.
Yeah.
Not surprised. Oh my god. Okay, let's go through the rest of the cover pretty quick.
All but one of his books have been made into a movie.
Really?
Apparently
Which one?
so.
Trouble is my business?
Yeah, apparently Trouble in My Business has also been made into a movie.
Which one was?
The article.
All right. What else? How many books are there?
I don't know. Because the only one that wasn't was called Playback.
Sounds like a movie.
Get
it? They need to get on there.
This guy's got a whole page for his bibliography. Crazy.
So there's a lot of books, huh?
Yeah.
And they were all made into movies?
He wrote The Big Sleep. Farewell, my love.
Oh, The Big Sleep. What is that? The Big Sleep. Why is that familiar?
The first novel to feature Philip Marlowe.
The Big Sleep.
It was adapted into a movie in 1978.
Humphrey Bogart. But that's not familiar. I don't know why that sounds familiar to me. There's another one starring Robert Mitchum. And Jimmy Stewart.
I think the 1940s one is pretty well known.
The Onion Field. There was another Big Sleep. What's this one? 2012. No, this has got to be unrelated. Oh, there's another one for 2018. This is another short film, also probably unrelated. This is just a name that is used sometimes. The Big Sleep. Maybe I'm thinking of The Big Short. Okay. Yellow Triangle. It's got Philly D in it, smoking a pipe. In her chair. I forget what we called her chair. In the original sketch, her hair isn't drawn, but it is. She does have her hair here, and her eyes are cut off. It's cut off like right below that. Red triangle. It's Mr. Boop pointing at himself with like a thumbs up. He's giving it the wife face to the camera.
He's letting you know.
Detailed hand here. We see all his fingernails, even on the thumb that's pointing away from where the. Yeah. I don't feel like he usually draws fingernails.
No.
Compared to the Raymond Chandler cover, the yellow triangle, which is more of a dark green triangle, I would say. Mm-hmm. It's like a rotten egg yolk yellow, as opposed to here where it's like, I don't know, Mountain Dew outside the bottle. And that one is just a lady in pearls. I would say it's the most different compared to all the other pictures. like, right? Especially because she's on the left side of the triangle. She's weirdly framed, and then I feel like Philly D is more well framed in this cover. And then the red triangle is a guy. I would assume it's Philip Marlowe smoking a cigarette. Maybe that's why he drew the fingernails, because we can see it in that picture. And he's looking at the camera. We don't see his mouth though, and he's wearing like a hat, I think. Okay, back to the Mr. Boop cover. Blue rectangle with Bugs Bunny back turned to the audience, but he's looking back, and he's drawn in like a sort of, how would you describe this position?
Oh, Big Bug, seductive.
Yeah, I suppose so. Compared to the original cover, it's the exact same pose, and it's a woman in like a dress where some of the it's not. What kind of dress is this?
Oh, you know what? It's probably the fourth book in the what's his face series.
I thought of that, but I don't know.
Lewis.
I did consider that.
Yeah.
What kind of dress is this? It's not.
I can't see the image. Let me see.
Oh, right. No, I sent it in the chat.
Let me see.
Backless. It's not. It's just, well, it's like. Would you call it backless if it's just some of the back is gone like that, or is backless like fully?
No,
gone?
that's the back. That's backless. That's backless.
Okay. Yes, it's a backless dress, and
think
she has an earring. Looking back at the. I feel like she's making more eye contact with the reader, whereas, or the whoever's looking at the cover, and Bugs is like kind of looking to the side, the right. Pink rectangle. It's long instead of tall like the blue one is. You got Betty laying down in a.
Trouble Is My Business was adapted into a movie in 2018. Fun fact.
It wasn't before.
I can't find anything that says it was.
What would you?
Wikipedia article for it redirects to Raymond Chandler, so maybe it's not one of his better known ones.
What would you call this Betty pose in the pink triangle? The pink the pink rectangle.
Seductive.
Yeah, but sure, in a different sort of way.
Sultry.
It's like a Bond girl type of pose. Mm-hmm. It's the exact pose that's on the Raymond Chandler cover. And she's holding a gun. Maybe the gun that Mr. Boop gives to the lawyer. Not much else to note there. She looked exactly like Betty.
Trouble Is My Business is a collection of...
We're never going to get through this.
I really know. But I'm curious. It's a collection of 1, 2, 3, 5 short stories.
Oh, one for each picture.
Yeah.
It looks like it's an Encyclopedia Brown book. Do you know what that is?
No.
Okay.
No, I do. I know what it is. I get it.
Okay. On the Raymond Chandler cover, it's a woman in like a pinkish, maybe salmon colored dress with red hair in the exact same pose. Last picture here is a orange square close-up face of Winecone, the divorce lawyer. That's what we decided to call him. Looking like he usually does, with his like sad-looking face, mustache. And on the cover of the Raymond Chandler novel, it's a close-up of a blonde woman in a yellow square instead of an orange square. It's like a straight-on shot of her face, whereas the Winecone picture's like a little bit at an angle. We're still on the cover. Okay, we're done. We're done with the cover. Second page, or first page, I guess. I don't know. The cover counts as the first page.
It's got pictures of lipstick.
Yeah.
I like this design.
It's the background is a bunch of lipstick marks.
Then we've got a white box with the info in it.
Yeah, there's a white box in the corner with information. Read it.
Okay, wait. We wanted
I think
to know,
this
we
is
wanted
his address.
we wanted to know what the TTC.
Oh, there is a company.
Teenager company. They published it.
Well, you're getting ahead. All right, whatever.
Yeah, well,
Mr.
hang on.
Boop Volume 1 by Alec Robbins.
Hand printed on an RZ220UI risograph. First edition, May 2020. Glendale, California. Published by the Teenagers Company. See, great.
Oh, it doesn't say. It doesn't. I thought it said the address for a second. I was
no.
like, are we gonna read his address? No, it does. Okay.
Let's go up the website.
Yeah, alec.land, mrboop.net, at Alec Robbins, Twitter, at Alec Robbins.
I imagine
at Alex Robbins, Instagram.
I imagine what the Teenagers Company did is they made sure that, I don't know,
I think it's just the name of his company.
Oh, is it?
Well, let's look.
I was imagining that they were responsible for the royalties, since they're not like distributing it. I don't know. I don't know what publishers.
That's true. The Teenagers Company. Oh, that's. No, I think it is his company because these are all his projects. Mariology, Show Me Less Like This, Heartbreak High, BKORPP.
It's his own publishing company.
I would assume so because these are all his projects, as far as I'm aware. Most of these that are listed seem to be his. Maybe it's a few people, but
if they're not by him, he's probably branching out to
friends.
Yeah, getting more people interested in his publishing company, which is really great for him. Good for him.
Well, it doesn't list Crime Hot. So this is outdated.
Oh,
or he didn't use Crime Hot for that.
Crime Hot isn't through Teenage Company.
Maybe he stopped using it.
Mm-hmm.
It's a professional looking logo. Too professional, I think. It almost looks too professional for what it's being used for. It looks like it's like that logo for a bank or something. Mm-hmm. Page 3, white background. It literally just the logo that's on the cover that says Mr. Boop. Okay,
it's great.
Page 4.
Warning, says in big black text in the center.
Like spray paint looking text.
No lawyers beyond this point.
What is it called? Trace template for spray paint. Yeah. Stencil. This is stencil text.
It says disclaimer at the bottom in hand.
Electro point after warning. 6 electro points after point. And then written text at the bottom.
This comic is based entirely on true events. Any resemblance to fictional cartoon characters is complete coincidence. I'm really married to a woman named Betty Boop. If for whatever reason you refuse to believe that, let's just say this is a big parody or satire or something. Okay, thank you. I think the fact that it's such a limited run is also protecting him. It's like there's not a lot to be gained from it.
Okay, page 5. Another white
introduction by Jim Davis.
Okay, this is really good. Introduction by Jim Davis, creator of Garfield. Garfield and italics. You know what? Fuck it. No more describing what the text says. We're only going to read what it says. You're not going to say electro points or anything. Whatever. Because I'm the only one doing it. We're not doing it anymore. We're done forever. We're not reading. We're not saying any of the punctuation anymore. Even if it's weird, we're not going to say it.
We did it.
All right. Great. You hold in your hands the very first printed collection of Mr. Boop comic strips by Alec Robbins. I remember when I initially laid eyes on Mr. Boop. Remember Jim Davis saying all this. I remember it very well, as it was also the day I realized I would never be able to amount to anything. As a cartoonist myself, I was instantly able to pick up on the expert levels of craftsmanship and storytelling on display in these comics. I remembered everything my younger, doe-eyed, optimistic self had wanted to become. A tiny man wearing glasses who is married to Betty Boop. Instead, I make millions in cursed blood money selling branded wall clocks, Happy Meal toys, and other useless merchandise. Okay. I live in the mansion Garfield paid for, but where in this mansion can I find the love of a beautiful, caring wife like Betty Boop? Electromark. I can't. To date, I have drawn over 11,000 comic strips about a lazy cat who loves lasagna, and not one of them has come anywhere near the level of cultural importance oozing from even just a single Mr. Boop panel. This is what it all says. I'm not saying this. This is what it says, okay? I'm not saying I believe any of this.
I believe in all this.
Okay, you read the rest then.
Okay. What Robbins has crafted here is incredibly special. Not only is each strip uniquely funny and bursting with erotic tension, but they are all poured straight from the glorious picture of real life. Robbins lays bare his soul in each of these strips, offering up something both vulnerable and touching. When he and Betty lock lips, do we not feel a pang of jealousy? Do we not wonder what those lips might taste like upon our own?
Projecting a little.
These are not the qualities of a Garfield comic.
Speak for yourself.
When Irma is on, I'm feeling some things.
I'm feeling jealousy. I wish I worked at a diner.
Yeah. These are not the qualities of any comic but Mr. Boop. And
I don't know, when I read non sequitur, I wish I had a best friend that was a horse.
And to that I say, I have failed, and am ultimately nothing but a scourge upon this land. This is an excerpt taken from Jim Davis's suicide note.
It doesn't say this is a.
Yeah, but I'm adding a bit of dramatics. I'm doing a reading here.
Okay, whatever. That's that page. It turns out the man who tried to kill Jim Davis was Jim Davis. Do you think he didn't go? It didn't work. I guess it was a failed attempt.
I mean, who knows? Has anyone seen him since May of 2020?
That's a good question. Actually,
they sold golf.
Do you think they're doing like a Queen sort of situation with him?
He's entered a new phase.
He's entered a new phase.
I mean,
called U.S. Acres.
I mean, they did sell Garfield to.
Yeah, that's the new phase. Yeah.
Icon.
Page 6, the logo again, Mr. Boop, but now it also says Volume 1. My wife is Betty Boop, and by Alec Robbins.
Mm-hmm. Okay, we've read first.
Yeah, and then
that episode. Put that episode in.
No. Okay, so first strip. Second strip, third strip, fourth strip, fifth strip, sixth strip, seventh strip, eighth strip, ninth strip, 10th strip,
11th.
Okay. After the 10th strip, we got an ad on page 17 for Mr. Boop and the Curse of the Dinner Party, which we've done a video on. We haven't really covered for the podcast, but
and it's got the joke.
So it's got the logo in the upper right corner.
Left corner.
Upper left. Oh, yeah, upper left corner. And then in the upper right corner, it says, video game text, the official Mr. Boop video game electries. And then in a Joker
Don't let your mom catch you playing it. That used to be the name of a song that I did for Luca Doop. And I used to play it for people.
Really?
Yeah, it was whenever I was in schools, people would be like, dude, don't let your parents hear you listening to this one. It was very funny because I just put an echo effect on my voice and be like, don't let your parents listen to this one.
Look it up. Listen to it.
That one. It's good.
4 electro points after it.
This game will blow your mind.
No. Shut up. There's a picture. It's a stock image with a little bit of artifacts around it from when it was cut out. It's a stock image of a guy with his hands on his head screaming, and then the text above his eyes.
Behind him, he's in a mental hospital.
He's in a padded cell with a barred window.
I hope he gets the help he needs.
It's a black and white ad because the whole book is in black and white. And then the text above his eyes, covering his eyes, says,
"This game will blow your mind, mind."
It only says mind once. 3 electro points. Also, this guy's got stubble. He kind of looks like Joel Haver. Kind of looks like Joel Haver a little bit.
Okay. You
know Joel Haver?
No.
Come on.
Mikhail?
All right. Huh?
Joel McHale?
No, Joel Haver. It's the sketch YouTuber.
I don't watch YouTube.
Who does?
Okay.
Now that they got rid of dislikes. Oh, way to date this video. There's
You get
a
a Chrome
screenshot.
extension that shows you the dislike count, by the way.
I did install that earlier today. There's in the bottom left, towards the bottom left corner, there's a screenshot of the game, where they're in the foyer. I think it's like one of the first. It's from really early on in the game where you walk out of the house.
There's like 3 scenes in that game.
It says foyer, an inviting foyer that beckons you further into the Boop household. And Alec is saying, well, we just need another minute to prepare. Come on in, get comfortable. That's what he's saying in the
This game did
screenshot.
blow my mind. It changed everything.
It was...
My life was never the same afterwards.
My life was like a video... Okay, it was weird because when we played it, there was nothing like that in the comic yet. What ends up happening in the game, there was nothing like that in the comic yet. So that was what was weird about it.
Probably.
Or was there? Was there?
I think there was, but you commented.
I think there was, but there wasn't when the game had come out. That was what was weird about it.
A little bit of precursor.
What?
Precursor.
Pre what? Oh, precursor. Okay.
How the Quarrymen were a precursor to the Beatles.
Sure. What about
or how the Beatles
Tony
were a precursor
Sheridan.
to the Wings?
What about Tony Sheridan?
The Beatles already existed when they did the Tony Sheridan thing.
But they were called the Beat Brothers.
Well, I mean, they were just called the Beat Brothers for the single. I don't know why, but they were already like doing performances.
So they were called the Beatles, but for some reason for that they were called the Beat Brothers.
Yeah.
But that was their first
as soon as
thing, right?
Yeah, the first single. As soon as Pete Best.
It's not a single.
No. Oh, they.
It's an album.
Okay, that on that album. No, they recorded the single, and then later Tony Sheridan recorded a whole album around that single. But they were only on 2 tracks of the album.
Oh, that's weird. I listened to that because it was like described as the first Beatles album.
No, they were only on 2 tracks.
That album is awful. By the way. It was one of the worst albums I've ever heard. He's like a really bad Elvis impersonator.
They're only on My Bonnie and the Saints on that album.
It's bad. Next to the screenshot is some more stencil looking text that says, "Think you got what it takes to brave a dinner party with Mr. and Mrs. Boop?"
Think again. It says in written text or a font that's meant to look like it's written.
Yeah, with 3 electro points. We gotta stop talking over each other.
Play it for free at alecrobbins.com.
Electro Heart. Oh my god, I've been saying Electro.
Oh, you fucked
Electro
it.
Heart.
This is where it all comes down.
Yeah, at alecrobbins.io/Mr. is what it says. And then a bunch of video game ad logos. Mature 17 plus, ESRB, Nintendo 64, PlayStation, LucasArts, PC CD-ROM software. That's weird because Nintendo 64, PlayStation, PC, those are platform logos. That makes sense.
But a CD-ROM is just it's just the form.
Well, no, that makes sense because it's just saying it's on PC, PlayStation, Nintendo 64. But LucasArts isn't a platform.
No, well they made the game.
Yeah, but it's weird because it's between the platforms. It's not like it's listed separately. It's like listed as if it's one of the platforms. And then also mature ESRB is listed there as well. Okay, next page.
Number
strip
10.
11,
12,
11, strip 12. Strip 13,
14,
strip 14,
15,
15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Okay, page 21.
This is from a TV guide.
It's a TV. It's it's like a.
I'm not gonna list everything in this TV.
It's included as if it like a zine. It's pretty authentic in that way. Like it looks like just someone photocopied a TV guide into a zine. I think it is from an actual
Yeah.
TV guide, and then in the corner, should we read
No.
this whole TV guide?
No!
Let's do it.
No.
Yeah, let's do it.
I won't listen. I'll take my headphones off if you do it.
How about I read this whole TV guide and then speed it up real fast
I'll still have to hear it in real time.
in post? Yeah, well, tough.
I'll take my
Temporary
Secretary.
And then we have the ad in the corner for
It's not really
the strip
an ad,
club.
it's just telling us that it's on.
It's a close up.
Yeah.
It's a
So
close up.
this is the important thing on this
which
page.
isn't listed anywhere else in the TV guide,
Because this
from what we can see.
But this is where it's listed. It's in the TV guide. It's telling you.
Well, it's not listed in the schedule.
Well, no, this is part of the schedule. They've just blown it up to show that it's the important one. You know what I mean?
But it's not listed with, like, these are all in order of when they're aired, and then this thing is just in the corner separate.
Yeah, they sometimes
It's not listed.
do that. In TV guide.
Well, if they do that, it's usually listed as well. It's like on a Wikipedia page when it, like, there's a picture of something. It's something that's mentioned in the Wikipedia page. It's not like, also here's another thing that is related. You know what I mean?
still think no, they do. They do this sometimes.
Yeah, but it should be listed. I think it might be, but it's like, so it says interview program, closed caption, 9 p.m., 5/9/12. 9 p.m., we only see things from like 10 p.m. onwards from what we can see on the schedule. But it's a close-up for the strip club. We have a still from the strip club in black and white, which we have seen. We covered in another episode, the strip club interview with Alec Robbins. It's a still of them, Alex sitting in the chair, and whatever the Julian Shine sitting in the rocking chair. They're talking. Alec is expressing with his hands, and there's the first Mr. Boop strip between them. What does it say underneath that?
It says, tonight's episode of the strip club finds host Julian Shine sitting across from Alec Robbins, the famed and respected cartoonist behind comic strip sensation Mr. Boop.
Are you eating something?
No.
Oh.
Sit back and enjoy an hour of insightful conversation between two learned comics industry professionals as they discuss the difficult balance between art and married life. Sadly,
There's a typo.
Betty herself does not make an appearance.
Sadly, Betty herself does not make an appearance. Electro point.
Comics.
1 hour.
I think that I don't know. Yeah.
There's a typo. It says sit back. Oh. Never mind.
Yeah. See.
The way you said it confused me.
Sit back and enjoy. Oh,
I thought it was sit. I thought it was. I think I maybe read it as sit back and hour. Alvin, I don't know. I mixed up the and the and I thought that it was written that way. And then in the corner it says TV Guide A143. All right, next page. How many were we? Oh, 20. All right. Strip 21, strip 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, and then 31, 32, and then on page 33, no, on page 41, there's an ad for a Playboy interview of Betty Boop. It's the same lipstick marks, or not the same, but there's lipstick marks in the background. What is the background? I can't tell.
I can't tell either.
In the foreground, there's a classic image of. There's a classic drawing of Betty Boop in like some skimpy lingerie, I guess. Sort of Playboy-esque outfit. There's a Playboy logo, and then it says interviews Betty Boop. That's kind of all that's kind of shown in the foreground, like at an angle.
I think.
And then in the background,
Just like
I don't know. It's like a wood.
Huh?
It's like what?
CGI shapes.
It's like a wood table with some things on it, and a photo that we can't really make out. And then above that is like a lipstick print design with some hearts. And then in the corner, we see a little bit of an excerpt from the interview. It says, Playboy. Betty, it's so great to have you do a something, something, something. First off, are you seeing anyone? Which, of course, she is.
Yeah, obviously. It's funny that Playboy is conducting the interview. I like that. There's a little bit of humor there.
Why?
Typically, when Playboy does interviews, they list the interviewer as the person saying it. Not the magazine, not the publication.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
That Playboy is a person.
It's funny that Playboy's saying that. That's humorous.
Hello, Playboy.
What's the 33 we're on? Okay, so strip 33 is next. Oh yeah, this I can see how this would be 18 plus. Yeah, I forgot there is some like, not quite nudity, but like
graphic imagery.
Yeah.
33.
34.
Wait, is that the one?
34. That's the one that would have had the nudity. Yeah. Strip 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41. Cut it out. 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48. This is awful to listen to. 49, 50, 51, 52, 53 is the end of book 1. And then page 63. Well, page 53, 53 wasn't a strip. It was just end of book 1. I was confused there for a second. I was like, what? There's 52 episodes only. Yeah. Ouch. Okay. Next page is just a white page, and it says, and now
some guest strips.
For some guest strips. Whatever. We don't need to fucking describe the text. Whatever.
Yeah, we got it. Okay.
First strip. How long have we been?
An hour and 4 minutes.
God, this isn't going to fit on Fireside. They're not gonna let us upload it.
We could do the guest strips in a different episode.
Okay, fine. Yep.
Let's go.
Yeah, we're doing the guest strips in a different episode.
Thank you and good night, everybody.
This is gonna be the worst episode if we don't even have the guest strips in it. It's just the worst episode.
We should. The description should hype up the.
I can't believe this is going to be an hour-long episode where we don't even cover the guest strips.
Yeah. Why did?
I think half the time spent was just on the cover.
Yeah, for real. I don't even know what
time
was spent on.
This is the worst. All right.
Okay.
Well, it was at this point that Ryan and Lisa forgot to cover everything else in the book besides the guest strips. So now we will cut to the next session where they did cover that.
Because I'm being Mr. Book, and I'm here to say, being Mr. Book is a wonderful way of being. Hey guys, you hear about this, Mr. Boop?
Did you hear about this Spider-Man?
You guys married to, Betty Boop.
You guys hear about this? You hear about this? There's a guy is married to Betty Boop. Yeah, it's true.
I'd like to be married to Betty Boop.
I'd like to be married. You try to tell the truth. I'd love to be married to Betty Boop. Yeah, it's true. It's true. I'd kill him. Yeah, I'd kill him. That's crazy, Jay. No, it's true. It's true. It's true.
You hear about this?
You hear about this? I'm gonna kill a man. I'm gonna kill a man. It's true.
Get to the strips.
Okay, it's so it's let's see. We're not looking at the guest strips, but there's all right. One page of guest strip, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, not 16 pages, 15 pages of guest strips. Now we're on page 78. I don't know. We're full disclosure. We're recording this part at a different time because we thought we edited the episode, but then I remembered. Oh right, there's pages after that.
Maybe you are.
Yeah, I'm recording this after the fact, but Lisa is recording it back when we were recording the rest of the episode.
Yeah, he's filling in the gaps. Where
Yeah,
there's silence.
I agree.
This is all scripted.
That's great, Lisa.
Stop saying the N-word, Ryan.
No, I'm not saying that. Oh, Lisa and her classic. Well, we're not out of the episode yet, Lisa.
Skibidi.
This is difficult because I have to wait for her to say something and then like play off of that. I can start saying something now, but then she might just interrupt me at any time.
So I was just like, Spider-Man. That movie's not out yet.
Yeah, it's not, but it is for me. Yeah.
Don't spoil it in the future.
This
man.
is a weird bit, but it's okay because it's only it's. Whoa! What was that? How did you? This next page is the guest artist credits. That's all. It's a white page. It says guest artist credits. Pete Toms, IFeelAwesome.net, at Fancy Pete Toms on Twitter. These are the people who wrote the guest comics. Casey Nowak, at Ignatz Haderach on Twitter. That sounds like a Dune character. Ivy Adams, at Ivy Adams on Twitter. Remy Boydell, Slim Guilt Soul. What? Slim Guilty Soul. .com. At Slim Guilt Soul on Twitter. I don't know. Is there some feedback? Is there some audio feedback? Hey! No, maybe not. I don't know.
Not for me. Maybe there's some decay on the tape. Where you've left it out of storage for long enough, and so there's like a little bit of an echo on it. Like you haven't kept it in.
It's okay. You don't need to make a joke. I'm gonna edit that out. Alex.
Well, I had a joke.
Johnny.
I pronounce it Joni, but
Joni Phillips, JoniPhillips.com, at Joni Phillips on Twitter.
Joni Phillips, yo.
Alex Senwald, Senvald.com, at Alex_Senwald on Twitter. Carter Monier, CarterMonier.com, at Carter Monier on Twitter. For all these credits,
Barbara Windsor.
And
Goodbye Forever Party.
It says the name.
That's my favorite short by. And Wasteland.
Are you're talking about Joni Phillips?
Feature length movie. Yeah.
We've moved on.
No, watch Wasteland. It's good.
All the credits. It shows the name in bold and then the information underneath in italics. Then moves on to the next person. Didn't mention that. Whatever.
Didn't need to mention.
I didn't need to, but I felt. We probably should stop giving so much information in the future, but to be consistent with the rest of this episode, which is
2, we don't describe the strips.
Season 2, we just talk about what movies we've seen.
Spider-Man Endgame isn't out yet.
Spider-Man Endgame,
not out yet.
Did I say the Carter Monier, CarterMonier.com, at Carter Monier on Twitter. Mia Schwartz, worstgirlgames.com, at Mighty Adam on Twitter. Sean Muscles, SeanMuscles.com, at Sean_Muscles on Twitter. Any relation to Matt Muscles? Or is it Mick Muscles?
Mick Muscles, yeah. He's on a podcast I listen to a lot.
Somehow, and I barely know who that is. I think they were from like two best friends play. Is that what?
Yeah. And now they do the What Happened series. And now he's on a lot of podcasts.
I feel like if this was Being Jim Davis and one of them made a reference like that, the other would not know what they were talking about.
That too.
But also, I don't think either of them would be able to make that specific reference.
I was listening to the Two Best Friends podcast.
They had a podcast? Yeah, hang on, wait, there's one more. Kendra Wells for the Playboy spread. Not one of the guest comics. KenDrawCanDraw.com, at KenDrawCanDraw on Twitter. And it's like Kendra, but with a W, so it's Kendra, and then Can Draw. And it's
Matt
it's like-
McMuscles was on What a Cartoon a lot and Talking Simpsons, which is a podcast I like about.
I've heard of Talking Simpsons.
It's about Talking Simpsons is about the Simpsons and.
Oh right, of course you know that one.
About cartoon. And
Why don't you host that podcast?
They're very good. They're very good, and they go into the production history of the thing they're talking about, which is fun.
What podcast?
Talking Simpsons and What a Cartoon.
Oh, are they from the same people?
Yeah, same people.
Oh, I think Casey Green has been on Talking Simpsons.
Yeah, he has, and Rebecca Sugar was on the episode about.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah,
because she did that comic.
Hey,
if you like,
she wasn't on the Simpsons one. She was on What a Cartoon.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah. If you like,
I know what's his face is on it a lot.
If you like weird comics about Rebecca Sugar and pop culture references, tune into the next episode.
What's
not gonna elaborate.
Who's the creator of OKKO? Because he's on the
Ian
podcast
Jones
quite
Cordy.
a bit. Ian Jones Cordy is on the podcast quite a lot as well. So
Ian Jones,
that's good.
Cordy.
Yeah.
They're
good podcasts. They're better structured than this. They're
not true.
Very well structured. That's why I listen to them so frequently. I'm like,
not true.
Straight to the point, huh?
No, we're much better.
Okay,
KO. All right, next page. There's a little photo of Alec and his wife. I can't tell. This is an actual photo. It's not a drawing. It's the real life Alec wearing like a jean jacket, and Betty.
His wife, Betty Boop.
Do you think that's meant to actually be Betty in real life?
Yeah, that's.
Or is it just him posing with a statue of his wife?
No, that's what Betty looks like. Just looking at him. Why would he pose with a statue of Betty when he can just?
I'm not saying this is the case. I'm going to just to describe it. It looks like he's posing with a statue of Betty Boop that he found at like a rest stop.
You're being really insulting to Alec right now.
Like a big boy quality statue, you know?
What do you think she's wearing on that? Is like a button shirt or like what is this? Like a vampire costume?
It's sailory, kinda. I think.
Oh yeah, is that like a bow tie?
Yeah, no, yeah, it's definitely okay. You know that's a bow tie. Come on.
It's harder to see on screen share. There's a little lower quality and it's smaller.
I think the only thing that's making me say sailory is just I'm hungry for sailory. No, it's the stripes on the shirt.
Okay, keep going. Alec, text below it.
Yeah, there's the handwritten text.
We don't know what
she's
she's wearing. We
can see what she's wearing. What are you wearing? There's 3 drawn hearts.
Either side.
There's a group of 3 drawn hearts, one on the left and one on the right.
Yeah.
And the one on the right is a little lower. Whatever. Needless detail. Why don't you read what it says below the photo in handwritten?
It says in the typical Mr. Boop handwriting font style,
mm-hmm.
Alec Robbins is happily married to his wife Betty Boop. Full stop. He works at Subway with Bugs Bunny, and he was shot with a sniper rifle by Sonic the Hedgehog. Full stop. All true things. They were on the news.
He got shot. Yeah. That was probably a case where we didn't need to specify full stops and stuff. But whatever.
I think it added to it.
That's a good biopic. He was shot. That's how it ended.
Yeah. And he died.
All right. Yep. That's that page. Next page. This is page 80. It's there's a stop sign symbol. It says stop. And then under that it says, this is the back of the book, Electropoint.
Oh, this is hilarious.
You're reading it backwards, Electropoint.
This is hilarious. I love this.
And then there's an example. So it says we're reading the book backwards. There's a little. It's not the first comic. I think it's which. Can you check which strip this is? I think it's like the second.
Fourth, let's say. Second.
Let's
Might
say.
be the second.
I think it's the second, but I'm not sure. Check.
No.
CZ easy. Come on.
Now, let me explain the joke.
Come on.
When you go to the final
We haven't even
page
said
of
what
manga,
it does. What's in the joke is not gonna make sense because we haven't.
It makes it if stop. This is the back of your book. You're already reading backwards. I haven't even read the other text.
There's a little strip. It's the one where they go to a restaurant and there's a little concierge, right? Concierge, that's the right word. I feel like we had a name for him or something. Whatever.
I think they're called house masters.
I don't remember. That was a while ago, huh? But in the speech bubbles and there's one speech bubble per panel, except for the last panel, which is a thought bubble, and he's doing the wife face, whatever. And each panel.
Let's describe this in excruciating detail.
No. Each speech bubble it says for each panel it says 1, 2, 3, and then the thought bubble says 4, and it's read from like one left to right, whatever. And it says next to that directions. If this is your first time reading an American style comic strip, here's a quick guide to help you understand how it works. It's easy, Electropoint. Just start in the top left panel and follow the numbers, Electropoint. This book is printed in the authentic American left to right format, in quotes. Left to right is in quotes. Since none of the artwork has been flipped or altered, readers get to experience the story just as the creator intended.
This is hilarious.
Okay, really explain this joke in excruciating detail, Lisa.
So the joke here is that... so in Japan, they typically read... At least they read their manga or comic books from right to left. Different from how we in the English speaking world read from left to right.
Different how?
It's different because they read from right to left and we read from left to right.
So how is that different?
I don't know how else I can explain.
How is that different? What's the difference? What's the difference between those two?
Well, you see, so
what's the difference between those two?
So the mangas are.
I'm trying to follow so hard.
Do you genuinely not get this? I don't know. Are you riffing on me? I can't tell anymore.
What's the difference between reading left to right and reading right to left? What's the difference?
Well, the difference is that when you read left to right, the sentence that you're reading, or the word, starts on the left side of the page, and you read it towards the right side. But on the right side, reading right to left, it starts on the other side of the page, and you read it leftwards.
So it's the other way around?
It's the other way around, yeah.
So it's different how?
So
it's different how?
Lots of mangas.
What are you trying to? What are you trying to say? that everything over there is backwards?
Yes.
That's what I was trying to set you up and to say.
Anyway.
Great.
So they read. So their comic books are read from right to left. Blah blah blah.
They read everything backwards.
And so when they're translated,
they do it the wrong way.
When they're translated into English, they keep this format because otherwise then they'd have to redo the whole book, they'd have to flip all the images, and they'd have to rearrange all the panels and shit like that. Probably. So they just keep this little warning where the front of an English book would be.
Oh god, that's right. Wait. That reminds me. So I was reading Uzumaki lately. I don't read a lot of manga. Pretty much just One Piece. No, it's true. I swear. It's just One Piece and Mr. Boop. That's it. But I wanted to check out Uzumaki. Adult Swim's going to be doing an adaptation. I thought it looked interesting, and I wanted to check it out. So, the first volume was interesting. So I have volume 2 here.
But you were reading it backwards.
I got it from the library. No, because I've read like 70 volumes of One Piece, so I know how to read. I know how to read it. The first volume was like a normal, you're reading it backwards, that sort of thing. Take a look at this manga. See if you can tell what's wrong with it.
There's a bookmark in it. being
This is
destroyed by
actually
green
this is
screen effects.
yeah, oh my god, you know what this bookmark is?
What? I can't. Oh, Space Jam bookmark.
This is
being
this is
destroyed by
the
green
tag
screen.
from my Space Jam: A New Legacy socks that I bought,
Oh,
which I didn't mention on the podcast, but I showed you. I bought some Space Jam: A New Legacy socks
Mhm.
after we recorded that.
should edit into that Redux edition.
No,
of,
we're not.
Space Jam
No.
podcast. I'm gonna make the Redux edition of the Space Jam podcast.
You don't have the audio.
I'll download the audio.
You don't have access to Craig. Anyway,
No. I download the audio from the website, from the MrBoop.com.
there. Whatever. Look at how this is. Do you see the problem here? Besides the fact that it's in color, the first few pages are in color.
Yeah.
Are you seeing? I'm sorry, I'm not gonna like. You see the problem?
What's the problem?
This is printed like a normal book.
Really? So you went to the end first.
No, because the cover. I just opened where the cover was. So I've never had the problem of opening it backwards because, well, maybe I did originally. It's hard to say because it was so long ago.
The way in which the text is upwards is usually
What manga have you read? What manga have you read, huh?
I read Danganronpa, the first volume,
Oh, God.
and nothing else. I've not read anything else.
That's
But
it.
I picked up manga in the bookstore.
That's the only manga you've ever read?
Yeah.
Oh my god, I've read more than you.
Nothing else is interesting.
Wait, what about anime?
I don't consume a lot of media. I'll tell you that much.
That's not true. You listen to podcasts all the time.
Yeah, but that's media about media.
That's media.
Anyway, so yeah.
That's not media about
not that
media.
many.
It's media in itself. What about the podcast Homecoming? That was turned into a TV show.
Oh yeah, no, I've for anime, I've seen Danganronpa,
Oh my god.
the original anime. I like that.
Is this seriously the only Danganronpa? That's it?
I've seen the end of Evangelion.
Oh, I
But
you know,
not
I
the show.
kind of you so oh, okay, interesting.
Yeah, because they were doing a showing at my local theater,
Oh.
and I only found out the day they were
I've never
doing it,
seen
so I was
any
like, well, now
Charlie's Angels.
it was really great.
Evan's
I was
Angels.
blown away.
Really? Without having the context? I feel like that's like watching Twin Peaks Firewall with me without I don't know.
From what I heard, I mean, it's a weird movie with or without context from what I've heard. You know,
maybe the Twin Peaks
it's mostly like
reference was
it's
apt.
mostly just like trippy visual effects. Really, the movie is, and there's not much of a story after a certain point.
That sounds bad.
It was great. It changed my world, man. Maybe there was a story and it was just told through visual metaphor. But
I hate
didn't
that.
get
I
it
hate
if
that
was the
I'm
case.
more of a weeb than you, and I'm not even. I'm like less than anyone else I know, other than you, apparently.
I've seen the Miyazaki movies.
That
some of
doesn't
the early
count.
ones.
That doesn't count.
Okay. Well, I didn't.
At least
mention
we
the
can
kids,
both
so-
agree we're less of a weeb than Alec Robbins.
Yeah.
Oh,
fuck! What was that one I do? I really wanted to get into this one that like was so crappy, but I loved it.
I am curious about Evangelion.
It's good. I mean,
I
I think
should
the problem
check it
is
out.
that lots of people hear that it's like
Because it's
the
not
movie is
super
like
long,
this weird
right?
visual trippy nightmare. And
Oh
like,
my
I wanna
God.
see that.
Back of
But the
this
show is
Uzumaki
more-
manga. There's an ad for Neon Genesis Evangelion the manga volume 6.
The
And Dermond
what's it called?
Gundam.
The show. Well, people hear like, oh, it's this amazing, weird, visual, trippy thing when they hear about the
Galaxy
movie, and then they watch the show. But the show, and I have seen the show now, it doesn't really hold up to the movie. Like,
Well, I'm not going to
'cause
watch
it's
the
just-
movie first.
yeah, because I mean, just like the show is just like, if you're thinking, oh, it's this weird, trippy, emotionally deep thing.
It's like the
watching
Powerpuff
it, it's
Girls
like, well, this
movie.
is pretty much just that.
Yeah.
Pretty much just like this is just like a generic.
Have you seen
not
that?
generic, but this is like kind of basic.
The
compared to
Powerpuff
what
Girls
I've been told
movie?
it is. I haven't seen it, no. I also
Oh.
saw Akira in theaters because once again,
I haven't seen Akira.
Apparently, the guy who runs my movie theater is a weeb.
I saw Child's
Did a
Play in
showing
theaters.
of Akira, and I was like, well, I'm seeing that.
And The Thing.
So I went in with no context, and that was...
No context, Akira. Twitter.
Yeah, no context. No context Akira account, that's hilarious.
I fucking hate those one movie no context accounts. Jesus.
Just like upload the movie.
Yeah, just uploading the movie one clip at a time in random order.
What else have I seen?
We don't need to. Whatever. I saw the live action Death Note movie. There you go. I'll say for manga, I read like all of One Piece up to a point, and then I I fell behind during one arc. Stop typing! I'm gonna have to edit it out.
Listen. I'll just put the microphone away from me.
That's not all right. Whatever. I've read the first volume of Uzumaki, and now this one. I read some of the Kingdom Hearts manga, and I thought it was a manga first when I did that.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that's how it started. I saw it in the library, I think. And I was really confused by it. No surprise there. I might have looked at the first few volumes of the original Dragon Ball and maybe Dragon Ball Z. Mm-hmm. And I maybe read the first volume of Attack on Titan. And a few of Bobo as well.
Hey man, that's great.
Not big into anime.
What else? What have I seen anime wise? I don't know. Yeah, probably
Doki Doki Literature Club.
I did play Doki Doki Literature Club. I liked Keep Your Hands Off Aizuken.
Homestuck.
I really liked the first couple of episodes of Keep Your Hands Off Aizuken.
I don't know what that is.
You don't know that is?
I'm not a weeb.
Popular a few years ago. It's about three girls who with
Hellboy.
Yeah. I really liked it, and then like when episode 4 came out, it was the day after I'd been rejected from an animation school. And so I was like, I can never watch this show again. Like, I started watching it and I was like, this is just depressing. And so I was just like, yeah, I don't want to. And then, like, it turned out the creators of Pedo. So.
Moving on. The next page is just a bunch of lipstick marks. I guess he got Betty to kiss every copy of this book.
Mm-hmm. I mean, obviously she did it.
Kiss marks all over this book.
She's very charming.
Are you typing as you say that?
No.
Whatever. And the final page is the back of the book. It's not really a page. It's the red triangle image from the front of the book. Is that how it looks? Hang on. I'm going to make sure. Yes, it is the same red triangle from the front of the book. It's a yellow, and it's the back of the book is yellow, like the yellow triangle, like that sort of color, or no, like the side of the book, whatever. And it's got the only image from the cover that's on the back is the red triangle, with Alec doing his wife face pointing to himself.
Yeah.
And under that it says, in this collection are 52 comic strips in like a typeface sort of thing, but like a drawn typeface. It's weird. And then under that it says, what would it be like to be married to Betty Boop? That's all of this is in italics. That's bold. This precious limited edition book collects the first 52 strips of the seminal autobiographical newspaper classic Mr. Boop, that's in bold, by cartoonist Alec Robbins. Next paragraph. Inside these pages, you will also find 9 exclusive guest comics, that's in bold, by some of today's most talented artists, as well as some rare, treasured bonus content. Next paragraph. Wow. Final paragraph. Come on. Take a step inside the savory world of Mr. Boop. That's in bold.
Ooh.
Mr. Boop! Mr. Boop! Blah. What have you got to be afraid of?
That's my impression of a random Scooby-Doo villain from the 1960s, who for some reason has the most terrifying noise of all time. Why did they all sound like that? They're like, you're like, oh, Jesus Christ. Why didn't you just go like, boo, Skiba? They had to be like,
oh, like, look out, Scoob! Cajun Dracula's right behind you! I guarantee,
You stop that.
What? You stop that?
That's from the Dracula episode they did when Dracula's like outside.
Oh,
his
you
castle
stopped
being like,
that.
woo! And he said, "You stop that."
Wait, who said that?
Velma does.
Oh yeah. Wait, why did she say that again?
Because Dracula's hanging outside his castle being like, "Woo!"
And she says, "You stop that." Hey, cut it out! Cut it out, you stupid Dracula! I'm Velma.
You weird Dracula.
That's my Ed Atlan Velma impression. My bad impression of Ed Atlan's Velma voice. Shout out to Ed Atlan. Published by the Teenagers Company, printed in Glendale, California, May 2020. It says that in fine print at the bottom of the back of the book, underlined.
Yeah, that's great. That's great.
That's great, and that's it. That's the fucking book. That's it.
We did it.
We did it. God, this might be the longest episode yet. Because we were just supposed to finish the... Oh, right, over a few more pages. Let's cover this. And then we fucking digressed about anime. Which will not be cut out unless I literally cannot upload this to Fireside because the episode's too long. Ooh, long episode! Lots of digression and over description.
This is like a...
This is a bad podcast.
If we were pressing these on vinyl, this would be on 2 records. You'd have to flip them twice. You'd have to flip the record thrice.
2 spooky records.
It's on green, glow-in-the-dark vinyl. Woo! Merry Christmas, everyone.
It's Merry Christmas. Yeah. Alright. Do some Christmas scat.
This podcast was brought to you by the Pitch Drop Podcast Network. Like what you just heard? Support the show by going to patreon.com/pitchdrop. And while you're at it, check out pitchdrop.net for more of this and other shows.